Welcome to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. In this video, I'm going to tell you why I gave up on the American dream. And I suspect there are going to be a few of you folks out there watching this video who are going to say, you know, Lou, I don't understand. I just don't understand why you give up on the American dream. And of course, there are going to be, I think anyway, a lot of you out there who are going to listen and understand and say, yeah, I've given up too. I've given up on that American dream, Lou. Now, I understand that this video will be basically broadcast in other countries other than in the United States. And my suspicion is there are many of you watching from wherever you're from are going to understand and going to agree. Well, I'll tell you why I gave up on the American dream right after this break. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. In a few seconds, I'm going to tell you why I gave up on the American dream. But allow me just to mention two things. Number one, I do have a new website, a website for Over 50 TV. Matter of fact, it's called over50tv.com. And on that website, what I'm endeavoring to do is provide you a lot more information that's more in-depth, information that covers more topics than I'm able to cover here on YouTube. That's number one. Number two is I want to mention this video is sponsored by Career Fitter. So if you are somebody who's out there looking for a new career, you're trying to figure out what you want to do, you're not sure what to do, well, I believe in career aptitude tests. Career Fitter produces one of the best career aptitude tests that I've reviewed here on Over 50 TV. You can check it out. They have a link to the free Career Fitter career aptitude test in the description box. I've got that link in there. But I want to mention there is a paid version if you want to dive deeper into your career, maybe get a little bit more of a insight. Well, check out the paid version. Either way, I do have a link to the free version in the description box. So now let me tell you why I gave up on the American dream. So I want to get us all on the same page. When we're talking about the American dream, let me just give you a definition. It's a definition that I found in Investopedia. So let me go ahead and read it to you. It says here, the American dream is the belief that anyone, regardless of where they were born or what class they were born into, can attain their own version of success in a society in which upward mobility is possible for everyone. And again, that's a definition from Investopedia, definition of the American dream. And I've looked up quite a few of the definitions, even though all my life I figured I knew what it was. That may be your version of the American dream, but mine was always much simpler. It's just like simple: study, work hard, dream, and you can have whatever your heart desires. And this is what I've always believed. And for a while, I got to tell you, this was my reality. You know, I worked hard. I had business success. I made a lot of money, wore nice clothes, ate out at the best restaurants. I traveled. And you know what? I met some of the most successful people. And I was in the mix. At least I considered myself in the mix. And that's what I thought. But you know what? I wasn't happy. Not really. You know, I always was on a treadmill, always pushing and pulling and working, stressing, slaving, dancing to someone else's tune, and I was always trying to achieve more and more, just so I could live the American dream. At least the American dream as I watched it unfold every day on television and in commercials. You know, those 60-second spots. They're where the coolest people live. They live in the coolest houses. They drive the coolest cars. They make the coolest vacation time, and they live the coolest lives. You know, those Madison Avenue fabricated people, they all have smart, wonderful, and talented kids. They make the big money, the big careers, and of course they have big, expensive toys. And you know what? I wanted them, and I wanted to be like them. At least I thought. But the problem is to get there. If you ever do, you got to run faster and faster on that treadmill, and faster until your head is spinning and your stomach's churning. To live that American dream, what I know is this: you've got to sacrifice, and sometimes you sacrifice your family, sometimes you sacrifice your friends, and most often, though, I'm going to tell you this, you're going to sacrifice your happiness, and sometimes sadly, you do sacrifice your health. And if by some miracle, let's just say there's a miracle that happens and you do achieve this Madison Avenue American dream and you live that plastic, pretend Barbie life, you're likely to look back and you're going to see friends who forgot you and kids who don't know you. And you're going to look back at your life and you're going to say, at least if you admit it to yourself, you're going to say, you've got a lot of regret. This is the price you pay for striving for the American dream, the Madison Avenue American dream. This is the price that you're going to pay. And if you're like me, though, if you're like me, well, one day you wake up and you realize that this treadmill that you've been on, well, it's getting old and it's a bit creaky and it takes more time and more energy to get that wheel to turn. And then you ask yourself, was striving for this Madison Avenue American dream worth everything that I've lost? And for me, the answer was no. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the money that I made. It's certainly not worth my family's happiness. And gaining the world and losing my soul, was that worth it? So finally, admittingly, later in life, I determined to give up on this American dream, to live my life on my terms, to set my own goals, and to measure myself by my own metrics. I always steer my ship towards happiness, not towards some dream that was fabricated on Madison Avenue. I steer my ship towards happiness and what's right. And I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for what I have, and I'm proud of who I am. And don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. You know, I'm always going to have big dreams. And I think we should all have big dreams. And I'm going to have them. But my dreams are my dreams, and they're not someone else's. And they're certainly not Madison Avenue's American dream. So have your dream. Live your life. Enjoy your life. Appreciate your family. Respect who you are. But live your life. Live your dream, not someone else's. Well, this is Lou Reyes with Over 50 TV. I just told you why I gave up on the American dream, and I've never been happier. And I hope, if you decide to look at your life and look at your career and look at your family, I hope and think and really pray that you'll come to the same conclusion as I did. Well, that's all I got for you today, my friends. I just want to mention I do have in the description box a link to the free Career Fitter Career Aptitude Test. Also want to ask you to check out over50tv.com. It's new. It's growing. I'm dedicated to giving you the best information that I can give you to help you live a great and prosperous life. That's all I got for you. Have a great day, everybody.